Happy Wisdom Wednesday, Coastal Crew, and more importantly, Happy New Year's. We are on to bigger and better things in 2021, and we're going to leave all that negative energy behind us in 2020. So, around this time of year, everyone's starting to make their New Year's goals and resolutions. I am included in that. However, I'm not a huge fan of resolutions per se, but I do set yearly goals, things I want to accomplish within the year and things I'm going to work towards. Even if I don't necessarily get there this year, I want to accomplish maybe in 2022. But today, I want to share some tips and tricks that I found that help me with setting my goals and hopefully help you with your goals. Because I'm sure we've all heard the saying that majority of New Year's resolutioners fail by the end of the first month. And I don't want you guys to fail. I want you to be the exception. So, and I hope these help you stick to your goals and stick to your plans and leave you better for it. Alrighty, let's get started. So the first thing, if you haven't heard of the acronym before, there's this acronym called SMART, and it stands for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. You want to use this acronym when setting your goals. So specific, you can't just say, I'm going to be healthier. Well, okay, what does that look like? Does it mean you're going to sleep more? Does it mean you're going to eat more vegetables? What is that? What does healthier look like to you? Next is measurable. How are you going to track your progress? Say you want to sleep more. Are you going to actually track, through my Garmin, for instance, it tracks how much I sleep. Are you going to pay attention to that? Or say you want to eat clean or eat better. How are you going to measure that? Are you going to say, all right, 3 servings of vegetables a day? That's specific and measurable. We know if we're accomplishing those or not. Attainable. Sometimes we get a little ahead of ourselves when creating these goals and we write down something big, which is totally awesome, but it can sometimes lead to this feeling of defeat if we don't accomplish it. Say you've never run a mile in your life, and then you're like, you know what, I'm going to run a marathon. Well, that might not be the most attainable thing since you've never run before. So let's start with a 5K, and then a half marathon, and then we have the full marathon. This attainable aspect goes hand in hand with R, realistic. It's not realistic to go out and run a full marathon right off the bat. It is more realistic to run a 5K. You also have to take in your current lifestyle. Realistic goes into, do you have the time to train? Do you have the money to train and stuff like that? So you have to make sure your goals are attainable and realistic. And then last but not least, they have to be time bound for you to really stick to them. You can't just say you're going to run a marathon. It has to be, I'm going to run the Old Port Marathon on July 21st. I don't know if that's actually when it is, but that's a date. So now you have a date that you can stick to, and then you have a certain set of time set to try to accomplish this goal. This is going to help you stay on track. There are 2 other letters that I like to add to the SMART acronym, and it's ER. So you're making smarter goals. And it basically just stands for evaluate and reevaluate. Let's stick with the marathon example. Say you make it into February and you're on your training program, but it's important to always take a step back, look at the progress you've made or lack thereof, and really see, am I making progress? What can I do to expedite this process? Or if you're not making progress, what can I do? How can I manipulate this so I am making progress instead of just dropping it altogether? We're constantly evaluating and reevaluating our goals. Say you get an injury. Maybe a marathon on July 21st isn't realistic anymore. But if you heal up properly, maybe you could do it in the fall. And that's the reevaluation part. Instead of just dropping it, you're like, you know what? I'm just going to move that date. I'm still going to have it there. So set your smarter goals, and then you should be all set. And then another thing that helped me when setting my goals is to make categories. So I have the gym and fitness, I have my professional and work, and then I have personal goals. Gym and fitness, it could just be numbers that you want to hit in the gym. It could be that you want to move pain-free, you want to be able to do a squat with full range of motion. Those are great goals. And you can measure them because you're constantly in the gym working on those movements. For work and professional, say you want to get a promotion or you just want to get a raise. I, for one, want to increase my clients. So those, I can measure that, I can track that, and I can work to attain that. And then for personal goals, I really think this one's important because I think a lot of people they just overlook it, or they just say something common with like, I want to lose weight. Well, it's like, why do you want to lose weight? There's a reason behind it. Do you actually want to lose weight, or do you just want to be healthier? Do you want to be able to play with your kids for longer than an hour without getting winded? There are different ways to track health than just losing weight. And it's important to get behind those. And your goal may not even be weight related. Mine aren't. I want to adventure more. I want to go on more hikes. I love to hike, and this past summer I didn't really get the opportunity to do that. So that is on my goal list. And then I need to set up a plan so I can make that happen. One hike a month. Plan it out in advance. This is the mountain we're going to. This is the food I'm going to need while I'm doing it. Make sure you have a plan, because without the plan, it's gonna fail. Okay? I hope this helps you guys when setting your goals. If you need more help, please feel free to reach out to us. Any of the coaches would love to talk to you and help you with this process, because we know it can be difficult, challenging, and scary. Setting goals and going after something you've never done before is pretty scary. Hope this helps. If not, reach out and we can do some more one-on-one stuff. All right? Happy Wednesday. Keep getting after it, Coastal Crew.